the poll numbers and like Harris like catching up to where they were in 2020,
Hmm.
which is good.
Oh,
It's
hold on.
good.
Here we are.
There's been interesting stuff in the social media world, though.
Yeah.
That's been fun.
I've seen you've been posting a lot of stuff on Instagram, or at least sharing it. I don't know if are there stories or are they things you're finding for like I can never tell if it's a story someone's posting or whether they're sending me something.
Both.
Cool.
Sometimes it's both.
Cool. Excellent. But yeah, so that looks like there's some interesting stuff. Did you want to talk about what's going on in social media?
Yeah, we could talk about that craziness.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the lady's name is though that started all of this. Well, I guess really she didn't start it, but she's kind of the star of it at the moment.
Right. And what is that we're talking about right now?
I guess the pro-Palestinian people, pro-Hamas people, um, have made it like basically their mission to not elect or not vote for Kamala Harris.
Hmm.
And they've been insisting that, our black brothers and sisters do the same.
Hmm.
And many of them, um, have expressed that, that it's not about Israel Palestine for them. It's about what's going on in their communities and representation and, you know, building a better life for themselves in America where they live.
Yeah.
And the pro-Palestinian people have insisted that their their lives don't really matter to them.
And there's been a lot of posts about that, a lot of feedback.
Oh yeah, it's been a shit show. I it's one of those things. I Part of me wants to be like, yeah, we fucking told you so.
Right.
You wanted to believe these assholes.
Right.
But at the same time, like I get it.
Agree. Agree. Now let's see. I'm gonna try and find a good one. The here's one. Do you want to look at the last one you sent the BLM activists go after pro-Palestine ones?
Oh yeah.
All right, we'll do that one. And oops, sorry. Sorry, Zoom. Here we go. Screen share. There she goes. All right. So I thought this was pretty cool. Well, hold on, we're gonna have to.
Fucking hardcore leftist activists who are out here shaming people on the internet because they've decided that they want to vote for Kamala and pressure her when she's in office. You hear these folks talking about, oh, well, our tax dollars directly support G side. We can't, da, da, da. So stop paying taxes, Buki. Why don't y'all just stop paying taxes? You know why you're not going to
That
stop
was the
paying taxes?
best.
Because what happens if you stop paying taxes? You go to jail. And none of y'all are willing to actually put yourselves on the line in order to stand up for your morals and your beliefs. It's easy to stand up for your morals and beliefs when you're not actually fucking affected. You're not going to be affected. You still live at your mama's house. You're still on your fucking parents' fucking health insurance. Performative. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your vote. However, I will tell you that what you're doing with your vote is stupid because it's true. It's dumb. Crazy how I'm seeing so many self-righteous white political activists telling Black people and people of
Yep.
color that we should not vote for Kamala Harris because of Palestine. I know a lot of you white folks out here that are protesting and asking for a ceasefire for Palestine have never fought for a goddamn thing in your life. And it gave you something to do. And it gave you
Much less fought for
a
your
let
life.
me tell you something. Being Black in America is always asking for a fucking ceasefire. Y'all just got skin in the game on October 7th. For all you white activists telling Black people what to do, shut the up. When people were there getting beat, being dragged out of his rallies by his protesters and by the police, where were y'all?
We understand that many of you are one-issue voters and don't give a damn about what happens to the rest of us when it comes to our livelihood over here. We understand. We know that you do not have the full capabilities to understand what marginalized communities are facing in this country. And so you only want to be heard about your one issue.
Palestine is not the only country that's dealing with genocide right now. I am from Congo, in case you cannot tell. I'm from Congo, okay?
No, couldn't tell
We
at
are
all.
also dealing with genocide in Congo. In fact, the genocide in Congo has been going for way longer than the genocide in Palestine. So if you're going to tell all these people who have sacrificed so much for your cause that they are wrong for choosing a candidate who's going to preserve their rights in their own country, then I'm sorry to tell you this, but you are being both ungrateful and disingenuous.
So this creator took my video, downloaded it, uploaded it, because I have stitches turned off, and then proceeded to.
Now you done pissed me off. You know, the same way you were voicing your frustrations about, you know, your people of Palestine and this, that, and the third, he's voicing his frustrations in his own way. He's not tone policing you, but you low-key trying to tone police him. Do you know how anti-black you coming off, beloved? Let me tell you something. The only reason people are speaking up more for Palestine and less for Congo is a very obvious reason. The people of Congolese are majority black. That's why no one in the world gives a damn about them, because they're black. If the majority of the people of Palestine racially were black, you think people will go this hard for Palestine? Let's really wake it up. Let's really keep it a beat. And you got the nerve in your video to make this black Congolese man look like the angry black guy because of how he's voicing his frustration is insane to me. Nobody's policing you on how to voice your frustration for the people of Palestine. How dare we even do so? Because if we did, you guys would be calling us anti-Palestinian, correct?
But then you want to jump on
Long.
black people for saying, you know what, I am hopeful about Harris's presidency, and I might just vote for her. Might! And y'all jumping on us! And none of y'all are black. So how could you know what's happening in our community? How we're feeling, what this means for us? But you have the audacity to trample all over us. We need to suffer for the Palestinians, babe. Like, start centering actual Palestinians' voices and stay out of black people business.
That it just doesn't stop
Just
at
keeps going.
the black community. The watermelon logo, the watermelon emoji people, that's them too. That's them. You guys are creating something that is supposed to be a good cause, and you're turning it into
Wow.
something toxic.
We need y'all to tuck that shit away.
Did that say Beaner?
Tucking
What?
it away.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Your ass cheeks if that's what you got out.
That last lady had
Because
a post up there that
that's
said
about
called
the
her a
thing is,
beaner.
I saw that.
That
It
is
was
so
horrifying.
fucking
It was
racist.
horrifying.
Black
Yeah.
at the same
That's
time.
like the N word for
I'll
like
never, ever
Spanish folks
for the
in
rest
Florida.
of my days.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
how
I'm
many
sitting here kind
people-
of shocked here.
How many non-black people
I missed that one.
gotten on this app in the last several weeks and told me not to vote?
Wow.
Me, a descendant of slaves.
Wow.
Someone whose ancestors died for my right to vote, bled, fought, marched for my right to vote. How many of y'all have felt so comfortable getting on this app trying to tell me not just that I shouldn't vote, but that I'm a bad person if I do? Ooh. I'll never forget it. I will literally never forget it.
You know what? At this point, I will happily take it out of my bio, because if that's really how y'all feel, as if Donald Trump gives a damn about Palestine, fine. I will take it out of my bio. I will never speak about it ever again. Trust me, I will never.
To do your due diligence and pressure her into changing her policy on Israel.
You
Ooh.
repeatedly in that video are telling women of color what to do. You might as well be standing there with a mustache, a beard, dick, balls, you know, the whole white man thing.
She's the best.
That's what it's giving.
Well, that's
We
what
did
it's
what we
doing.
could.
These aren't real people giving
No,
all of this
it's
crazy.
not
I
that
don't.
we
I
handle
I
our
think
own
this is a
business.
sign of the
So stick with it.
more
Mhm.
propaganda. This is terrible. They're trying to.
Mhm.
Hold on. I don't know how long this goes on, but it's like, I'm not saying that's misinformation by any stretch of the imagination, but I am saying what I do think is it feels like what happens when we post anything about like Kamala's laugh on our site, and we got all these people jumping on it, arguing. We talked about it last week, but like people just from out of nowhere that aren't names that I recognize attacking. And I think that probably now they're seeing that they're scared that the polls or whatever they're watching aren't going the way they want. And so they're attacking anyone that's possibly able to be shaken. And their new tack is anybody who was standing up for.
No, I'm gonna stop you right there because, and here's why I'm gonna stop you
Okay.
right there.
Go ahead.
Because they're experiencing the exact same thing that Jews who both support Palestine and Israel and have argued for a two-state solution for the past several decades have experienced every single day since October 7th. Their experience isn't anything new.
Well, I still think a lot of that
They're just
is
experiencing it. They're just experiencing
Yeah.
it for the first time. It's not like
no, I wasn't saying that.
no, I'm telling you, this is not some right wing.
They're not trolls. You're saying they're not trolls.
I'm saying there are trolls. There are trolls out there.
There are
Yes.
lots of trolls. Most of the shit out there is trolling.
Yes, but this is indicative.
Yeah,
of
they're
the
trying to make the right. It is, and the Palestine, the Hamas and Russia and China, they're looking for, this is what they want to do. They want to make people angry. They want to get the protesters angry at the BLM protesters. That's their jam. It's not it's not truth. That's not actual people who are there feeling they're rattling cages, right? It's trolling.
No, this is how people on the ground feel. Like this is the things that they're saying at rallies, that they're doing at
Not
rallies.
all of them at rallies, though. There are rallies. I've talked to people that seem that this sounds to me, as someone who watches a lot of misinformation and deals with trolls all the time, that looks like it looks like people reacting to trolls. It looks like people getting troll blasted. It looks like trolls attacking.
Okay, well let me bring you, let me see if I can find it out.
Sure,
'cause
some
I think I have
personal
it
shit.
saved.
Let me see the real stuff.
I think I have it saved.
Cool. Yeah. That's what I want to
I
see.
think I have it saved.
Oh, well, you gotta save all this stuff. That's the whole point of we're documenting.
No, that's not it.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, I was just looking around. I saw they put up a John Lewis statue on the base of a former Confederate memorial, so that was nice.
Was that your news for today?
That wasn't in for today. I just happened to see.
You're not supposed to be sitting here reading the news, la di da. We're part of it. Yeah, right? Here. Thank you. I'm here all by myself.
That's funny.
Oh, and JD Vance says the polls are fake.
What?
JD Vance says the polls are fake.
There we go. And the Google algorithm's fake.
Yes.
There we go. That's what I want to hear. Not really.
Saved. Here's saved.
It's just so maddening. It's just so gross. It's just I hate
my point is though that yep, I do have it.
Okay, good.
Oh wait, no, this might be different. That's different. It's got the same people in it.
Right.
But I wanted to see if I could find the original one.
But yeah, it's just that was
all right. This has a stitch in it. Let me scan through this real quick.
okay. I still just look like a bunch of very angry, like the beaner. Like, come on, that's just
No, that's a very, very specific thing.
horrible. That just seemed over the top. And I looked at who said it too, and it was an anonymous thing.
Mhm.
So it's like, come on. It's like it's just made, it's not that, it was a comment made for traction. It was a comment made for a reaction, and that's what it looks like to me. I gotta get a thing. Would you toss or
Okay.
something, because otherwise it's just dead air.
Oh, yes. This one definitely has it in it. Okay. Let's. Oh, okay. Did I don't think I ever hit okay on that. Let me. Let me start that over. Pause it. All right. How do you share?
Remind me when people just start getting mean. I'm just like mean.
Okay. Audio.
Where you stay? Oh, you from here? Oh, you think I'm light skinned? Yeah, everybody be saying that. No, I'm actually Arab. But like, I feel like I can still say the N-word, you know, because like I'm a fucking white, and shit, if it ain't foreign, it's boring, you know. Oh, you hungry, girl? I got you. I got you.
This is one of the people that some of the people in that other video have had like conversations with, and this is how it went. Like, she literally believes that she has the right to say the N-word.
All right, well, this is not a regular, like, why are we listening to a living, breathing troll person? Like, that's my point. My point is right-wing lunatics. It's like lunatics.
Here's the thing, though, is she is not just.
I understand. I'm looking her up. She's an Instagram follower.
Yes.
She's on TikTok, social media marketing. She's in Los Angeles. She's got.
How do you unshare? Am I still sharing on your end?
Yes.
Yeah.
The red button at the bottom of green share is going to have a red button. It'll say red share.
I do not see that.
You don't see it. It should be bottom, like slightly
I
left
did
of
it.
center.
I
There you
can
go.
do it for you.
There you
No
go.
big deal.
There we go.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah. You're clear.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking at her stuff, so.
But that young lady,
Yeah.
who said the N-word, like,
Yeah.
she has expressed that, and she's actually does a lot of like advocacy for Palestine. Like, she's a mainstay in the pro-Hamas movement.
I'm not really seeing that though. I'm looking for it.
She actually has her
Porter
own
Maya,
podcast. She actually has her own podcast.
writer, journalist, formerly longtime journalist at the Swedish Public Radio. No, that's not her. All right. Well, again, like, what is the point then of her? Just saying that, yeah, there are horrible people out there that are doing videos.
I'm saying that this has been like a mainstay in the pro-Hamas movement.
Well, what do you mean by mainstay? Because I'm looking at her online, trying to find her on social. Like, I find socials, I find some information about her, but like, if someone, like, let's say, like, who's someone in that we would call a mainstay in how about in pro-Israel? Give me a mainstay person who is pro-Israel.
It got me.
Drawing a blank. So you don't follow any pro-Israel?
I mean, I do, but like, I don't really like.
Right, well, I'm
I
just
mean,
trying to
I know their
find-
faces, and like, I know some of like their names.
All right,
like
so what does it mean
their
then? when
personal
someone-
names.
All right, so what does
but,
it mean when someone is a mainstay?
like, you see their content all the time.
Well, if I don't see it though, and if I don't find her on,
But you're
mainstream
also not
sources-
like that deep into it.
No,
either.
that's my point. Is exactly. I'm saying these are trolls that exist to be. A lot of these people are not actual activists, or not actually doing it.
Well, okay.
They were doing.
I mean,
something,
they
probably
are
have some
doing it. No,
footprint.
they are
So
doing
they're just
it,
an
but they're not.
influencer, and
They're not
influencers can be
activists. Or
trolls.
are you saying they're not activists in the sense that they're not out there doing that sort of work
I'm just
For
trying to, I'm
other
just trying
other
to make it,
causes?
I'm just trying to decide, to me, anyone who has a platform and uses it, either a troll doesn't have to just be making comments on things. There are trolls that are original content creators that exist
Well,
purely.
then in that case,
Okay.
the entire fucking movement is a fucking
That,
troll
okay,
movement.
well, I'm saying that there are people that exist to say outrageous things because they get clicks. So she's one of those people. So my point
Okay,
is,
so what about the guy that got busted for, saying that Zionists don't deserve to live, that was at like Columbia or something.
okay,
You know, I could go on and on and
right,
on and on and on and on of the people that say these sorts of things. There comes a point when you have to say, okay, maybe this is the movement. And the Jews who have been telling you guys this from the get-go should have been listened to.
okay, that's a different conversation. The conversation that I was looking at was, we were looking at what you sent, which I thought was a really strong, interesting point, where people were reacting back to what I see as a flood of trolling that seems to be going to people.
But this is their public stance, though.
That people are afraid. It's not their public stance. There's no
Yes, it is.
official
Yes, it
public
is.
policy. I'm just saying, the
This is-
conversation I'm trying to have here, okay, is that I'm seeing a new effort in the videos that I'm getting from you, and I'm watching things, and not just from you, but from other sources, what it looks like, and what I just saw, what we looked at when we saw the video again and again of different Black people, Black influencers reacting back to feedback that they've recently gotten that is telling them not to vote because they are saying, well, you're not into this enough. And these people are going like, hey, stop that. You're trying to enforce your tell me how.
I think you're trying to whitewash
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, well,
like
people are trying to tell people how to vote. Yes. People are trying to, on both sides, are trying to make people upset and forget about themselves and lose themselves in these issues and act irrationally and act unfairly and act and are being trolled to act wrongly against each other, to lose all sense of logic and
let me put it to you this: when
sounds like you're trying to turn this into a let's all get on all the house. This is not proof to me at all that all people that support.
I didn't say all. I've never said
but it
all.
doesn't mean it's a new official policy. I don't feel this means
no, it actually is their policy.
I feel nothing has been proven except that there are bad actors. So you please continue with what you see as your analysis. But my analysis,
they have said JFP and several other organizations have said that their policy is to not vote for in this election.
Okay, that wasn't. I thought your policy was they're going to harass other people.
Oh no, that's always been their policy. That's always been their policy.
They're being who they're
the broader, not everyone in the movement, because that's stupid to say that, because nobody everywhere
possibly no.
That, I mean, that's like saying all Zionists are racist, whatever.
Right.
It's as dumb as that.
I got you.
Maybe slightly less dumb, but
I got you.
It at least as dumb.
I got you.
But the more often than not, that's what you get.
I know a lot of people online that I follow people, and people follow me, and I've known them forever, and I'm not Jewish, so I really am not speaking to at all your experience. So I'm not trying to say that this is proof of anything overreaching, in the same way you weren't trying to say you can say all Palestinians or all Zionists or all whatever. But I'm just saying that I still believe in the people that I deal with. And this isn't even one, well, he's nice to me. Like, I know, I follow what these people are posting other places. I follow their comments. I get their comments. I see what they're saying. And I do not, the majority of the people that I know are not toxic. They're not being toxic when I see them interacting. They seem in good faith. Matthew Solomon, I'm not seeing that, but I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I know it exists. I've seen enough. So like the giant, oh, let's make a broad swath, a broad brush. I don't.
I have literally lost 95% of my friends
That's so fucked
that
up,
were my friends prior to October 7th.
right?
I have not changed a single position that I've held.
Yeah, but
I have not, huh?
I hear I don't want to interrupt you, so keep going. Yeah.
I have not changed a single position that I've held. Not a single one. Still believe in everything that I've ever held.
Right. Maybe they don't. I don't think a lot of people know about all of your positions. So
My positions are always very public.
right, but if we're not talking, people only recently have been really talking and activated about what's going on in Israel and Palestine. So it seems like when that started, people started talking about it in October 7th, and then that's
I'm
when
talking about all my other positions. Every
Right,
one of my other
so
positions.
they've been attacking your other positions too.
They were involved in those movements.
They liked your other positions. My point is that they might have not known who you were, and you might have not known who they were, and then it seems like October 7th.
I'm talking about friends. I'm talking about friends.
Right. But there's some issues that maybe friends can't be friends over, and maybe your issues are like maybe like I can't be friends with.
That's toxic. That's toxic.
I understand that, and that's what I'm saying. But maybe they just never. I'm not saying which side is even toxic, but maybe, you might not know what a person feels until you get down to that thing. And I'm just like, look, I can't talk to you if you're going to think that women don't deserve bodily autonomy. I'm sorry, we're not going to have this conversation. I really don't even like you, and there'd be somebody could happen, and there'd be someone on my pack walk. Let's say
I've been willing to, I've been
be
willing
like,
to talk with them
gross.
and have conversations with them. There have been people that I have invited to have conversations multiple times, including to try to get them to come on here so that we can have that conversation in a hopefully beneficial way. I'm not the problem.
Right. Well, again, like I wouldn't go on a show if I know many guys, my hairdresser guy, I'd be like, oh, I just want to talk.
If you
I just want to talk to you about this, or religious people, just come talk to me, and if we can have a talk, I'm always willing to talk. And I'm like,
if you know that they're coming at you in good faith. If you know that they're coming at you in good faith, and you have a different opinion,
right?
Like,
but maybe they don't trust your good faith. Maybe not.
Then they were never my friends, and they were still toxic. Like I'm telling you're trying to defend toxic people.
I'm
this
not
is
trying
abusive.
to defend
this is gaslighting.
Say, how do you know which side? I'm just saying you never. This
is gaslighting.
I'm just saying there's a possibility that our friends are here to tell us when we're wrong, and we're here and if we trust somebody, we can listen. And there are some things that might not be like, maybe there is some reason that I do have those,
or maybe
there are a bunch of I'm not going to talk to that person.
Or maybe they're a bunch of white little activists.
I'm not
that are looking for attention, and they found a cause to glom onto, and they don't know anything about it, and they were toxic from the get-go.
It could be part of their way of even delivering it. Maybe their heart isn't there, and maybe the way they deliver it comes out in an offensive way because they don't have the vocabulary, and they don't have the history to know how to talk, and all they know is how to express it one way, right? And they might be saying it all wrong, and maybe they're saying it in such a way that you're getting triggered because it's such a deeply held belief for you. And maybe it's not.
Do you remember a few months ago when I sent you a video? I think I sent it to you. I'm not sure. I think I did. Of a group of pro-Palestinian people in New York on the subway demanding that any Zionists being Jews, make themselves known and get off the train. To get off the train.
I don't remember that. No.
You don't remember that? I do.
Okay. I don't know what has to do with what I was trying to say.
You're trying to whitewash this, and
How
you
so?
and you're using like you're saying it in a way that feels very gaslighty. Like I'm
Explain.
not experiencing and haven't experienced the things that I've experienced.
How did I
And
say that? Can you just say it back to me, what I said, because I'm really curious.
it's the
as to
way
what I
you're
said.
saying it. It's
Like
the
the tone
way
of my voice or my word choice. What was it? Can you just say
I
back
would
to
say
me
you
what
say
I
word
said?
choice is probably
So when I say there's a chance that the people that are triggering, the people that are trolling, the trolls you're the people I'm talking about, the specific people that you feel good about, that you loved and were friends with. There's no, I was just offering the suggestion that maybe they don't know how to talk about this because they don't have.
no, they talk about it. Matter of fact, like one of the people
I'm not saying they
who's-
can't talk about it. I'm saying that's part of their problem.
they're
Right? Like that's, I'm not
they're a
trying
long
to say to
time.
excuse them. I'm trying to say they got trolled. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to
What
say.
do you mean by troll? Like the way you said that, I'm not
I'm saying
sure what you mean.
that my whole point of this is that when people are unaware of are uninformed and receiving information from one source, that they don't have the tools necessary to have the conversation where you are, a critical conversation.
Okay,
where
I think you've been using maybe the word troll wrong then.
Well, there is a troll and there troll is the verb.
Well, like I think the way that you're using it is like, sorry, it sounds like you're talking about propaganda.
I'm talking about the tendency for people to speak in ways that get attention, that get drama.
That's not really what a troll
Or
is,
to
though.
influence people.
And to influence, yeah.
But that's not really what a troll is. Like that's what we do. we're I mean, we have our
troll
trolly
farms
things.
though. But a troll farm.
We have our
What's a
trolly
troll farm?
things.
What's a troll farm though?
That's mass, like that's used to like push like mass propaganda. But the propaganda and the troll are two different entities.
Trolls are a part of propaganda, I would say.
Yeah.
We can look up the
they're also, trolls also tend to be like, they're more like reply guys. You know what a reply guy is?
No.
Yeah, you reply, you put comments and you say horrible things, right?
For like no particular reason, like it doesn't really,
just to get a rise out of somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more of what, I mean, I understand a troll to be.
Right, that's some of it.
Yeah, it says, here's a definition. I don't know if we all agree, but someone posts or comments online to deliberately upset others.
Yeah. So reply guy.
Truth-telling trolls, political rhetoric in the 21st century. Trolling has received increasing scholarly attention, both as an online phenomenon and as an allegedly new strategy of political communication. This article moves trolling out of the digital realm and applies trolling theory to political communication by well-known and influential figures on the political front stage. To establish consistency between the online and offline phenomenon, this paper focuses on the broad style of offhand of political communication. So it seems to me that I think from 2023. So I read stuff like
I would say that they're arguing that like
a political
Trump,
kind of thing.
they're arguing
So
that like Trump is a troll, or MGT is
which is what the troll farms are doing. And troll farms are not necessarily have just reply guys. Troll farms also create Instagram accounts where women are like saying, look, let's cut out pretty flowers. Oh, by the way, we hate Israel, and they do things like that are like, it's fake. It's disingenuous. It's trolling the internet for people who can be sucked into these things. So that is how I'm meaning trolling. And I think that a lot of people have gotten trolled by these sources that are made like little like honey pots, like little social media honey pots to get people.
Well, the thing is like the people that
people have taken them away from you. They've been able to give them enough of that honey and whatever it is that they're looking for to fuck with their head, so these people get sucked in. I think that's
okay. I think I see what you're saying now. I think you're saying
They're
that
manipulated.
like they've simply been manipulated.
Not
Well,
simply,
yeah,
very much so. And
absolutely. I
yeah,
mean, absolutely.
yeah. So I'm not
The
trying to
the
confuse them, but I'm just saying
no,
it's
it's to
hard for you to
confuse
see.
them.
But no, but I'm just saying that in order to be a level above that, in order to outsmart that, you can't just go, it's never going to get anywhere. You have to figure out your move. You have to reach. It takes a different kind of way to get them out. It's like they're in a cult, kind of. They're not really in a cult, but there's these little specific
Then
ideological
that
cults.
has to be like
It's not your job, but I'm
that
just
has to
saying.
be that can't be our job
No, well, it's our
as
job. I think
Jews,
of it
as
as my,
Jews.
I do what I can, and I think if
No,
everybody does what they
I'm
can,
saying it. Listen.
I'm listening
Listen.
now. I'll do-
It can't be our job as Jews to do this
Oh,
because we are fighting for our lives. We are not in the
it hurts.
emotional
No, it hurts.
space to do that.
No, those of us like this, we gotta take care of you guys. We gotta help. We have to make sure you get protected from this. And I'm sorry that this shit comes to you. I really am. But again, when I saw what I saw with the BLM, I felt that protectiveness. Like I hated to see that they were getting slammed. Like that woman that got called Beaner. Like, oh my God. Like I got
I think
angry, and I feel like I just want to say, stop. These aren't real. Like, let's not react as if these are real human beings that really these are bad. This is trolling. Troll flag. Like that's what I was trying to do.
But even if that, because that was like that was at a left field. Like, but I've seen that same sort of racist language, both directed towards us and like it seems like an extension of what we have been going through.
Yeah.
And so when I see that, even though because that's very niche, like that's a very niche term, like I Beaner. And whoever's hearing this, I am sorry. I don't mean to like say that like offensively.
Oh no.
And I am so sorry if I'm hurting you. I'm just trying to explain.
It's horrible.
That this is a very niche term, like very Southern.
Yeah.
Like you don't hear that.
No.
Up here.
Right. No.
Well, hold on there just for a sec. Hold on there for just a sec. As far as understanding local patois, shall we say, when we were in Prague years ago, we went to a beer museum, and the two women that waited on us spoke English better than anyone I've ever heard. They knew all the terms. They knew all the.
That's a slang term, though.
What's that?
That's a slang term.
Well, they used to study. They lived in the United States in the summertime in Texas.
Yeah, but I'm saying you would absorb that. You would know.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying that like people outside of the United States might know that because
they might know that. Yeah.
So you might know that. Yeah.
Okay.
That girl definitely.
They were they were here for like a year or two for like a exchange
summer.
program or something.
What I was saying is I wouldn't expect to see that. Like I honestly I don't expect to see that like outside of like conversation in Florida.
It is weird.
Where I'm slapping somebody for saying it.
But I'm saying it can be. There is possibility
it can
that somebody
be.
overseas could know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They might study, and they might study. Like I wouldn't even be surprised if some of these troll farms have people actually. That girl might be living there. And just
I don't
know. That girl is actually in the U.S. She's I don't remember. I think she's in New York, maybe.
Yeah.
I think she's in New York.
BLM girl, that chick.
No, the BLM girl is. I don't know where she's
the
from.
Maya lady that we looked at earlier, the cranky lady that you showed me. She was from Los Angeles. It looks like.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't go deep dive to make sure it was her, but the pictures on the screen, they kind of look similar.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably the same person. Actually, that is the name that I've heard with her.
It's just we're so manipulated. It is so frustrating. But on a lighter note, speaking of, have you seen the Trump? I couldn't find it online. I was looking for it, where he was saying how Biden's all mad, and he was like speaking for Biden, saying, and he thinks,
oh yeah.
He thinks it.
Like,
They're on the
motherfucker.
phone, girl.
Well, he got busted for the lie about being on a helicopter that was going down with like the
Willie
former
Brown's in
mayor
it.
of like
And they both independently said, like, yeah, it must have been some other black guy. They both said it independently in their own different interviews. Like, what he said? He said, what now? Oh, no, he meant me. I just know the other guy's probably, this is the black guy. So funny. So funny. And the AI of the crowds, that's still making me laugh.
that is so ridiculous.
You know, he does
Like,
it though.
But I know that's the thing that and that's you know kind of one of the things that where the crazy right people on the far right and the crazy left people on the far left kind of share
Really?
is the idea of accusing the person that you're targeting
Right.
of the thing that you're doing.
Yeah, projection 100%. Yeah. It's so funny.
It's so weird that people fall for it though.
Every time.
That's the
'cause they
thing.
wanna
That's
believe
the
it.
that's the thing that bothers me the most is that people fall for it.
Again and again and again and again.
Not even just in this moment.
No.
Like none of the things that either side are doing are anything remotely new. Like it happened in the 30s. It happened before that. It happened in the 60s. Like none of this is new.
No, round and round we go. It's just getting better at the, deep faking and getting better at
Yeah, and things have gotten better. You know, in the sense that it's less like it's easier to fake.
Easier to fake it, and it's easier to troll it on in because everybody's got social media, and they're doing the funny videos, and sometimes they're just funny, and they're funny for a while, and then before you know it, you're laughing at somebody you shouldn't be laughing at, and you're like, "What the hell's going on?" You've just been down a. I mean, it's just really.
Oh, I've done that myself. I've realized like. Yeah, I saw a video that was funny. I clicked on that, and then the next thing I know, I'm like getting right wingers.
No.
Like, and I have to say, okay, even if I agree on this particular issue with this right winger, I don't want any of their content.
No.
And like, I don't want to be a part of that.
Right. I helped them. I'm like, oh shit. Like I did that with a Shane McGillis. They're like, Shane McGillis has the ultimate Trump joke. And I'm like, Trump joke? I'm like, he's pro-Trump. So what's going on with that? And then his joke was like, he made fun of the assassination somehow, but it wasn't even that great. And with Biden is the only president that could be assassinated by punch. And I thought that was just awful.
Shitty joke.
This is a shitty joke.
That's dumb.
And just
that's not even funny.
What was the thing about punching an old man? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, ew. And then I'm like, ew, why did I can't.
Well, I'm talking more like, more like, Charlie Kirk has, and what's the other weirdo? The Orthodox Jewish one.
Oh, right.
Shapiro.
Yep.
Both of them like are defending Israel, like, and it's one of those things where like, yes, what you're saying is correct, but you're such a piece of shit everywhere else. I don't want anything to do with you. I wish you guys would just stop.
Right. Yeah, there's a point. There's definitely a point where thanks, but you know what? Ew. just ew. And a lot of the Christian shit too, because a lot of they're all lovingly. Oh yeah.
Oh no. I had this. I don't know. I don't think I sent it to you. I sent it to one of my other buddies because I thought we would both get a kick out of it. This lady came on, one of the videos I was watching and like made a comment, something about, she started it with, I love Jews, and then proceeded to proselytize to all of this entire thread of Jews.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Wow.
And then we tried to politely call her out and say, hey, this is just not the place for that. And, if you really care about us, just don't do that here. Okay.
Yeah.
And then she got offended by that and like doubled, tripled, quadrupled,
Jesus.
whatever possible down on that further. And it ended up like by the end of it, like her comment had like almost 1,000 like replies. Like it was ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, what were we watching? There's a literally they said that they were talking about the Christian evangelists were saying how they can't wait for, you know, all of the things that are in the Bible that come to fruition. And the most
Oliver.
yeah, it was John. And the most beautiful part of it was going to be when the end of the world comes and all the Jews get converted. And they all come out bowing to
That's never going to happen.
but that's what they're imagining. And her eyes just glisten.
I always thought they
the
just wanted us
idea.
to die. I thought we were all supposed to
No,
die.
you get converted.
Yeah.
You wake up
Oh.
in the glory
It's like
of
the
Jesus.
It's like the Mormons.
And you're like, yeah,
It's
they're
like the
baptizing
Mormons.
people.
They're baptizing dead people.
Well, I guess you know what? Maybe I was a little too harsh on them because I swear to God, I thought they just all wanted us to die.
Oh no, they want you to just
They
be
want us to
converted.
convert. That's
Yes,
kind of cute.
receive
Yeah.
the glory
It's
of
kinda cute.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute. Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Bless your heart. We're gonna
But wait a minute,
change
don't-
our fervently 3,000 plus year held
Oh, yeah, just
beliefs
Throw it away.
because and worship an idol
That's it.
because okay,
Because you've done
Okay.
this for us. Thank you.
you're so cute.
It's really touching. Yeah. Is there a Hallmark card we can get for them? Correct.
Yeah, so that-
You know,
that's what they're-
here's the thing. This
think
is
I'd
the
rather be
reason I'm
dead than
always
be
so
a
offended
Mormon.
by it.
Yeah.
I probably, if I didn't have this experience, I probably wouldn't be as offended by it. Danny is not very offended by proselytizers. I am.
Yeah.
Because my entire growing up in Florida, my entire youth, I was proselytized to.
Really?
Yes, because I lived in bumfuck Egypt, Florida. Like, and the only
I want to look that up.
Keep
going.
bumfuck
Look
Egypt.
it up, Egypt. Yeah, no, I know it's not come on.
What?
No.
What? What are we looking up?
I was just looking up bumfuck
No, Egypt.
Egypt, Florida. Lake Lido.
Is that what
Egypt,
that
Lake
is?
Lido. Is that you?
Is that something else?
No, Okeechobee.
Okeechobee. Oh,
Okeechobee.
And we lived in the bumfuck part of the county too, at the top.
So what's Egypt, Lake Lido? I can't find Egypt. Is it called Egypt, Lake Lido? No, Lido.
No,
There we go.
it's-
Lido, Florida. There we go. An unincorporated community in northwestern Hillsborough County, Florida. Along with Egypt Lake, it is part of a census-designated place of Egypt Lake Lido. Is separate, yeah. And the community, you went to Hillsborough?
No, I bumfuck Egypt is a turn of phrase.
Oh, I thought bumfuck Egypt. We just say bumfuck.
I did say bumfuck.
I didn't know I thought you were calling it like I'd say bumfuck Parkside. Like I wouldn't say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So you're
I know you had to have heard that. That is totally a Gen X.
I don't know. No, we just say bumfuck or bumblefuck. But I don't
The whole
Egypt.
oh,
I've
the
never
whole,
heard the Egypt part. Have you
the whole phrase is bumfuck Egypt.
Is it? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't hear that.
And how would I spell
I learned something.
Okeechobee?
Okay.
O-
Oh, what is it? OKE. Okay.
Okeechobee.
Oh, it's a K, not a CH. I think it's a K. Yeah.
No, it's a CH in the middle.
There you go.
Ah,
Top,
I see
City,
it,
Florida. There
yeah.
you go. Yeah.
It's the giant lake.
I got it. And hold on, bumblefuck. Bumblefuck, Wiktionary free, proper noun. East bumblefuck, west bumblefuck. Yeah, east bumblefuck. Oh, here it is. Related items, bumfuck or bumfuck Egypt.
Military slang to portray a place far, far away.
So it's bumfuck Egypt.
Huh.
But we use west bumblefuck or east bumblefuck.
Yeah.
The things you learn. The things you learn. All right, back to your Okeechobee, chief of Okeechobee. Sorry, I can't even say it. I'm an idiot. You have the speckled perch capital of the world. Speckled peach.
Yes.
Yes, perches. You have your annual speckled perch festival.
Mhm.
Don't
It's in
tell,
March.
don't tell us you didn't live
You
in
know, all
thriving
the-
metropolis.
Yeah. The whole Hirsch Festival. It's 90 degrees there today. It's
Oof.
the gateway to South Florida.
That's cool.
Ooh.
That's cool in Florida. 90 degrees.
Oh God.
And they're taking an aggressive attitude towards seeking new businesses in our 2 local industrial parks. An aggressive attitude. You get in there. Ah.
When I was growing up, there wasn't an industrial park in Okeechobee.
2 of them. You got 2 now. Look at that. Again, thriving metropolis. So yeah, so you're saying that in the thriving metropolis of Okeechobee, there were lots of Christians that wanted to make you a Christian fearing man. Has it
Southern
ever
Baptists.
appealing at all?
No.
Do you ever think like, well, they give you a free dinner on Wednesday nights?
No. However, I did go to church a couple of times solely to get laid.
Ah, nice.
Did it work?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just be Jesus. That's so funny. I'm sure a lot of
I
their
would imagine that's
constituency.
other than the teenagers that are forced to go because their parents
Mhm.
make them. I imagine that's the only reason teenage boys go to church.
Can't, right? Why?
Yeah.
Anyone at that age goes to church. I didn't. I had to go to church. I was told to, so I used to go instead of like the old joke is you just go in and you grab the program, the receipt,
Oh yeah.
and then you just throw that in my purse, and then I'd be in the parking lot doing my nails.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, I was there, Mom. Look. No, stupid. I hate it.
But yeah, that's why it's so bothersome to me. Like
Yeah,
it's one of those triggers that get like in my shoulders.
It's
and
from way
like,
back when. You grew up in that atmosphere, right?
yeah.
Ugh. And did you, when you were at the church, granted you were looking forward to some reward, but were you like, these people are weird, like looking around you?
Absolutely.
Do you remember what the sermon or anything was about?
No.
Did you feel like you had to stand up and speak?
Nope.
Did they all go, look, there's a Jewish guy here?
I pretended I wasn't.
No.
I know, a Jew trying to blend in with Goy society. Oh my gosh.
My army friends said that they would go out and when they were stationed in like Utah, Salt Lake, there's a big thing there, right? Army thing or whatever. And
yeah, the Mormon thing, the church or whatever.
Right. But I mean, there's a big army. Like a lot of the army has like a the school there or something. A lot of them.
Yeah, I don't remember what school's out there, but
I don't. Right, but there's something there. So the guys would tell me that they would wear like gym shorts under their pants because sometimes the girls would like, ha ha, you're so funny, and they would literally be feeling their thigh for the special underwear. And so they would think that they were.
That's so weird.
I know, and I'm like, well, if you get to that point,
I forget about. I always forget about the special underwear.
Yeah, and they would feel that. I started my obsession with it. I was like, hold up, there's special underwear, and then they're like, and the girls wanted to feel for them, so they would literally tap like to know if they could be like, oh,
you gotta feel a little higher there, sweetie.
Right? And they all did like butt stuff and all kinds of other stuff with the evangelical girls too. They were trying to save themselves for marriage.
Yeah.
So they did all kinds
of you know, maybe I should have dated more Christians.
Yep. There's like names for it and stuff. They have slang for it in the Mormon world. I follow Mormon.
Stuff.
It's so gross. It's like the things they'll do. Anyway. We do for Jesus, I suppose, or whatever. They don't like Jesus. They don't, right? They don't do Jesus, or no, Jesus went out there.
I don't fucking know anything about it.
They never got proselytized by Mormons. It was only the Baptists, right?
I don't think there were that many Mormons in Florida. I don't think I ever met a Mormon until I was in the army.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't know. What is like the worst Like, what is the most triggering thing that a Christian can say to you, or, you know, an evangelist says to you? I'm sure there's cliches, right?
It's so hard because there's so many things that they
Have you
say.
accepted Jesus Christ as your God and personal Savior? But
That's the initial, that's the initial red flag and time to walk away.
That's what I say in a bar. A guy walks up and you don't, you know, you're not interested. You just, have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior? Where are you going? Where are you going? Come back. We're gonna have a conversation.
I mean, there's so many things that there's like the argument, you know, that Jesus supposedly fulfilled all the commandments and like all of those sorts of things.
Oh, yeah, like you're wrong, like you're behind.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh, yeah, that does strike awful. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
honestly, anytime a Christian pretends to know more about the books we wrote
Right.
than we do, it's pretty offensive.
Right. Right.
I don't, was I talking, did I tell you this or was I talking to somebody else? I think I was talking to somebody else, another podcaster. I always wanted when I was younger to create a website for Christians called Ask a Jew.
Yeah.
Where Jews will answer questions about the Bible that we wrote for them. So that they can have, you know, an accurate, well-rounded understanding instead of just like making up shit like without any context or, you know, anything like that, you know. And I think it would have benefited the world throughout history.
What do you think the top question would be that you would get from that? What's their main misrepresentation or misunderstanding in the Bible as a Jew who was part of the people who wrote the Bible, that you feel that the evangelicals are misrepresenting?
Everything?
That's everything. I mean, I think it's cute.
Everything.
The first, you know, not a lot of them know that you have the same Bible, right? That the Old Testament, the first 5 books and all that shit. Like a lot of them don't even understand that they're sharing that it's
They're really not though. I mean, they do like in the broader sense, but there have been so many different interpretations and translations of
right,
the
but essentially
Christian
the
Bible.
Torah is the first 5
Yeah, they have like the same books.
Right. I mean, you all took it a different way, but still, the idea is that it's the
where with us, it is literally verbatim.
Well,
the same thing, because like that's like a thing. Like if you're copying, like making a Torah, it has to be exactly written exactly the same way. Like all of them.
Yeah.
Like you can go back to like the Dead Sea Scrolls and like where there's portions that are in the Torah, like the Dead Sea Scrolls that are actually Torah books, exactly the same.
Yeah.
So, I mean that's it's very different. I would say like their positions on things, like their positions on abortion, you know, their positions on women broadly are vastly different from what we actually, you know, are supposed to do according to the Torah. You know, like abortion is like something you're allowed to do. You know, fetuses are not considered, you know, human. I mean, they're considered quasi life. They're considered life, but not necessarily fully human life.
No, it's the mother.
You know, yeah. you absolutely are allowed to have abortions according to the Torah.
And they even have like situations from what I understand, like there's even uh something about like, well, that when you get into the Leviticus and stuff and all the weird little rules that don't make any sense, where they're like, if you lay with this person and you slay that and da 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 da, and one of them,
You have to understand
like,
it in the
right,
context of the time frame.
Right. I'm just saying that one of the rules, one of the things is like they literally say like you can take something, like you can get like it literally refers to the act of purging a body of unwanted pregnancy without specific words. So that's what I was trying to say. Like they include it in the rule. It's in the rules. It's spelled out.
The notion that you can pray at a cross like is absurd to Jews. Like what is it, like the first or second commandment?
Yeah.
This is thou shalt not have any idols before me.
Yeah.
Like that's
Weird.
a fucking idol.
It's like
do you understand what like Jesus himself in your understanding of it is an idol?
Again, I mean, amen.
You're
and
idol worshippers.
Exactly.
And
I
don't mean that to be, I know
no.
You but like I don't care whether you do,
of course,
but don't try to get me to do it.
Right. And don't pretend like that's not what you're doing, because they will literally say other religions. Like I've been with a Catholic who, when I told them what the Mormon temple was about, was like, oh my God, that's idolatry. And seeing no, not understanding, well, you've got a cross over there. Huh?
Are you self-aware?
Yeah, right. It was so strange. Like that's idolatry, but your Mary statue is totally cool. That's just a representation.
What do you think an idol is?
Thank you.
Did you think the God was in the idol?
If that's the case, then like how do you? Yes. I don't know. Or maybe they're like, it's not even that counts because it's been blessed. So obviously, spooky spirit has been. It's in that. So
you know what? You know what?
Listen, there's God in there. Ooh, it's like
put your ear up. You can hear
heaven. Oh, it's so wonderful.
Here's another thing that really, really, really bugs me that Christians get wrong. The idea that evolution and like scientific theory around the creation of the universe are in conflict with the Torah. That it's literally 5,000 years old or whatever. They say.
Oh, right.
The very little, like even the people at the time like understood that these were allegories that they cannot understand or conceive of God's time.
Yeah. And they don't mean that Methuselah was actually 2,000 years old. I mean, they're speaking in terms of God's time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like the evolution. If you look at the pattern that's laid out in the Torah of the progression of when things were created, that very much lines up with evolutionary theory, where the oceans were had life, and then life emerged on the land, and like it became the things like.
Well, I mean, it's not a science book.
No, it's not. It's allegory and in poetry.
Yeah,
but like the concept,
wisdom from generational wisdom. It's a book full of generational wisdom where people who are learning to understand the world could see that some forms of life look more elemental, than other forms of life look more complex, and you could easily put a story together to kind of explain how the world must have come to be.
It actually doesn't conflict with like scientific theory on those things.
I don't know. I have a real hard time being like ancient people were understood.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the
generational wisdom. People knew we understand where we came from better than we think we do, because it's like instinctive, because we've been doing it. So as we've accumulated knowledge, every step of every extra brain cell we've put together has built upon another brain cell, and eventually these stories get written down that reflect something that probably actually did, it makes sense that it's valid. It makes sense that science was like, yeah, we did start out more elemental and get more complex. I get it. The 5 days business, insane. And no one
Yeah,
who
no,
wrote that Bible
nobody.
thought it was 5 days.
No,
except
no,
now.
no.
The magic of God. It just makes them believe in this God magic. And that is not what the Bible at any stage was ever meant to be, but whatever. They actually think there was one boat that had, every animal on the whole world on it, including whatever.
I don't think they had fish on there,
I
but
guess you wouldn't, but you need someone, because if it gets flooded, like, you're gonna have salt and freshwater mixing, so only the brackish live. So you would have need
that's
algae.
true.
Right?
That's
So-
true.
That's science, though. That's you can't bring that into it.
No, but I'm just saying, could you imagine Noah
Hey,
sitting there with these
don't get
saltwater
your-
tanks, and he's like doing specific gravity.
Don't get your science in my biblical misunderstanding.
But it's delicious. It's like peanut butter and chocolate.
That is scientific, the wonders of science right there.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
It's so
Well,
weird.
yeah, we've covered a lot of ground here today.
I feel like we've gone nowhere.
I feel like we've gone nowhere too, but it was fun. It was
Run around in
fun.
a circle many times. That's fine.
This is like the least newsy episode we've done.
Total
You're tuning in for news.
We're so
or fake
sorry.
news or-
Anything. You just welcome.
I hope we at least made you laugh.
Hey, we learned about bumblefuck.
Bumfuck Egypt.
We learned about bumfuck, and by the way, it's called soaking.
What is?
It's a Mormon term for sexual. They just sort of put the thing. They just sort of get together, oral petting, etc. They call it soaking. So anything that's
Oral petting?
Yeah, that's the loophole. Soaking.
Oral petting is there
Refers to
slang
sexual
for like
No,
getting
no,
a BJ?
No, actually, that was different. Sorry, oral petting is something else. Soaking refers to the sexual penetration without thrusting. So as long as you don't thrust, as long as he just sits there.
That sounds like the New York State definition of rape. Like
Yeah,
rape.
right?
Just put it in. You
We're
didn't
just
move.
not going to move. We're
didn't
just going to
move.
enjoy the moment, soak it in, I guess. And then if nobody gets any, I don't know.
Just gonna call it assault. It's not rape though, huh?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
real thing.
Yeah,
It's what
yeah.
admitted. If someone had to admit that she has soaked with 2 different guys, but she's still a virgin.
No, you're not, honey.
I don't think that's how virginity works, but
Nope.
all right. Soaking.
Isn't that just the tip? Wasn't that Ron Jeremy?
It's just the tip.
Yeah,
but
that
this
should
is
be
the
just the tip.
thing. This
Yeah,
is-
just the tip. It's not wrong if it's just the tip. You're still a virgin.
Oh God. Well, that maybe, but it's this whole soaking. None of it.
Yeah, but let's not take that. Yeah.
Anyway,
This could go in all kinds of directions.
I'm glad we talked about Okeechobee. We talked about soaking. we talked
Okeechobee?
about
Okeechobee
Okeechobee. Did I say it
and the
wrong?
perch,
What is it?
spotted perch fest.
And yours-
Okeechobee.
That's in March. We'll have to head down. I hear it's lovely.
We'll celebrate it. Yeah.
Wait, was it Miss Perch? Miss Spotted Perch, who you were macking on? Is that why you got to? This is my new story.
No, it was actually her mother was like a deacon or something in the church.
Ooh.
Or no, her father was. And I had met her at school. And her mom was a trad wife, basically.
Mhm.
And like I had gotten in with the dad because I had a fascination with marine biology. And I'd gotten in her because I was a hot Jew at school.
Uh,
On that note, soaking, hot Jews, spotted perches.
Spotted perch. If you take nothing else away, those 3 things.
That's 3. That's our lesson for today. And I guess we'll see what happens with the DNC.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh
gonna
gosh,
break loose.
that's right.
Hell's
That's
gonna break
tomorrow,
loose.
right?
Yeah, my Trump newsletter came in and saying, "Oh, hell's gonna break loose."
Okay.
for like Chicago '68 convention. That's what they're hoping
What
for.
happened then?
That was when all the guys, when they were swinging police clubs. Mayor Daley went to town on the.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He was a real dick.
Right.
But yeah, they're hoping for some kind
And-
of dissension.
And I hear Biden's speech.
Well, there are
Well,
protesters that are already there,
Mhm.
you know, waiting to do that. But there were protesters here and like didn't turn violent here.
No.
And I'm talking about like in 2016
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
when the convention was here.
Right. Well, I'm curious to see what Biden's going to say because my some of my sources are people, the people I follow were like, oh, he's going to get all spicy because he was kicked out. And I'm like, I think he just stepped down, but okay.
Yeah.
But okay, if you're hoping there's going to be some
Speaking
Biden
of-
drama, the least dramatic person political figure.
Yeah. It's not even in his personality. Even if he was pissy,
Right?
like to do that, like
I would be
that's
shocked.
stupid.
I would be shocked if he
Yeah.
did it was anything but a supportive grandpop, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, he was here. Was it here or he was somewhere recently with them, and he was very supportive
Yeah, he
of
did,
them.
Right. He did come out to something, but but he hasn't spoken.
Well, the thing that gets me is he did the biggest thing he could for her, which is he endorsed her immediately before they got into this inter-party nonsense about who was going to be the candidate.
Right.
Yeah, that was the thing that like ended the real conversation about it.
He did.
Yep.
It
Yep.
did.
Like there was no need to have that conversation after that.
Yep. And you can just transfer the money right over.
Right there.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
But it's a coup. Apparently it's a
Okay.
coup.
Oh boy.
Well, yeah, you know, this is what they do. You know, they're preparing all of their arguments to say that it's stolen.
Mhm.
You know, when they
Unconstitutional,
or unconstitutional when they get trounced.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Let's not get too
No.
let's not be too hopeful at the moment. Let's
Let's not make this
let's-
2016 again.
yeah, please.
Yeah. But yes, I think that's going to be one of the things. We want to sue that they did it wrong. They want every possible thing that they could
Which
say
is
that-
exactly what they did, you know, in 2020, and none of it went through because like why would the Democrats do something that wasn't actually legal? I'm 99.99% certain that they have a mountain of attorneys
Oh gosh. I
that
hope
went through the process before
Yep.
like it ever became public.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like because that's how these things work.
Right.
Like with big corporations, you know, political movements or whatever, they have people, attorneys, experts in election law.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do my best
Mm-hmm.
and they go over all of the things
Yep.
and make sure that it's perfectly legal. That's why you assholes lost almost all of the fucking cases in 2020, except for that one that you partially won.
Barely.
Yeah.
Partially.
Yeah, you got like a little technicality on
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. That was it.
That was it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're
we-
fucking smarter than you.
Mhm.
I hope so. And I hope they're working on the certification idiots too.
Oh, they are.
That's they're doing that at the county level now, like across the country.
And I hope
That's the part that scares me the most.
yeah.
But I think that there's probably already a plan in place.
Yep. I
This
think so.
happens.
Again, I just have to hope that we're
Yeah.
on top of it and we know and there is a plan in place to not let this bullshit happen. And that hopefully if the voters do what we're supposed to do and don't get trolled into thinking that they should throw their vote away for some stupid ideological reason that doesn't
For one issue.
whatever, one issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hope it's gonna be a big enough turnout that people
I always tell them if you're going to stay home and you're a pro-Palestinian, enjoy being deported,
right?
because that's exactly what Trump is going to do. Whether I agree with you or not,
Get thrown in prison for protesting. You're
or
gonna get
thrown
thrown
in
in
prison,
prison
yeah.
or shot at by the National Guard because that's what they're gonna do.
Just
well,
shoot.
I don't think that'll happen because I think that the majority, I know what happened at fucking Kent State. I think that the majority of the military would see that, and unless there was an
As he fires them all and puts Trump supporters in place,
All right,
right?
we're like
I know,
20
I know.
after. Come on now.
I know.
We're gonna be
Sorry.
working into our second
Steve's
hour.
tired, and he's right.
Oh gosh, Steve, quit being
I
a
know.
penis.
This was fun.
Go take your nap, damn it.
Cranky old man. I'm gonna go mess with the thermostat first.
Oh, okay. Well,
It was fun.
did somebody touch your thermostat? Show me where they touched your thermostat.
Yeah. Show me on the
Show me on
fake
the-
doll. Where it,
Show me on the thermostat where they touched your thermostat.
It's terrible. Fun, Corey.
I love you, Dad.